Expressionism yourself. Hello students, today's lesson is Expressionism Portrait, a mixed media collage. Expressionism started in the 1900s in Germany. Expressionist artists were interested in one's unique and personal perspective. They did not want to show reality in its natural ways, but instead they wanted to evoke moods, emotions, and ideas. Take a look at this winter landscape by Ernest Ludwig Kirchner from 1924. Does it look realistic? Or does it look imaginary and dreamlike? What do you feel as you look at the glowing colors of pink, yellow, and purple? This painting is called Anxiety by Edgar Munch from 1894. Anxiety means feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease. Take a look at their faces and the shape of their eyes. Do they look worried and nervous? Look at how Edgar Munch uses intense colors to express feelings. He also uses swirling brushstrokes to make us feel like there are lots of emotions and ideas swirling around in our mind. This is another painting by Edgar Munch called The Sick Child from 1907. This is a very sad painting. It is based on a traumatic experience from Edgar Munch's life. His sister died of tuberculosis at the age of 15. Edgar Munch painted this scene over 6 times during 1885 to 1926. Here are 3 examples of The Sick Child. Take a look at how Edgar Munch shows grief and feeling of loss. He uses these downward brushstrokes to show sadness. Edgar Munch was a master at using color and texture to express feelings. Today, we will focus on portraits. To express ourselves. And here are some of my favorite expressionist portraits. Charlotte Solomon, Egon Schiele, Alexei Jelensky. So let's think about colors, texture, and patterns to express ourselves in our Expressionism portraits. Alright students, to begin our Expressionism portrait, we will begin with drawing paper and a pencil. However, for this video, so that you can see my drawing better as you follow along, I'll be drawing with a marker. To begin our portrait, you want to start with a U shape. You want to draw your U shape somewhere near the middle of your paper. That way you have room for hair above and your neck and shoulders below. You want to make sure you save room for all the other things. With your pencil, start drawing a U shape. Remember, I'm drawing with a marker so you can see better. Like that. Next, let's go ahead and put in 2 eyes. Remember, your eyes can be whatever style you want it to be. Eyes can come in all shapes and sizes. And for this lesson, make your eyes look expressive. That's how I drew my eyes. How did you draw your eyes? Next, we want to put in our nose. And below our nose goes our mouth.
And your mouth can be very expressive. You could put a smile, a sad face, a tongue sticking out. That's your choice.
And remember, you can always pause and rewind this video.
Once you have your facial features drawn in, let's go ahead and do our hair. Now, when you do your hair, you can also add a hat or a bow. That's your choice.
Go ahead and draw the hair above your face near the top of the paper.
Okay, I did my hair. How is your hair looking? Did you decide to add a hat or a bow? Next, below your face, you want to put in your neck and your shoulders. Let's go ahead and do that.
Draw your neck below your face.
I have my neck. Next comes my shoulders. Shoulder on one side, and then it curves down to the bottom of the paper. And I do the same on the other side. Shoulder comes out, and it curves and goes to the bottom of the paper. All right, I have my drawing finished. Next, go ahead and find your oil pastels. We're going to color in our portraits using oil pastels. Remember, when coloring in your portraits, think back to the Expressionist artists. Think about how they use non-realistic color. Be creative with your color choices. Maybe you can choose some of your favorite colors. I really like the color green. It's my favorite color. So I'm going to start with green and start coloring in my face.
Choose a color you want to begin with to start coloring in your face.
I'm going to decide to switch to a darker green so I could have a range of light green and dark green in my face.
What other colors can you add? Go ahead and have fun coloring in your face.
And then I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my light green.
You can pause this video while your students color in their face.
Now that I have my face colored in, I'm going to move on to my neck.
Continue on and color in the neck.
I'm going to color in my hair. I also really like rainbows. I'm going to decide to give my hair rainbow stripes.
What colors will you choose for your hair? Be creative and have fun.
All right, I finished my rainbow hair. Let's go ahead and choose a color for your shirt. I really like the combination of purple and pink, so I'm going to color in my shirt with those two colors.
You can pause this video while your students color in their shirts.
Alright, finally, what we have left are to do our eyes and mouth. Go ahead and do your small details.
What color did you choose for your eyes? What color did you choose for your mouth?
Once you finish coloring in your portrait, let's do an outline. An outline helps make everything show out clearly. You want to use a dark color pastel, like the color brown, to do an outline. Go ahead and trace over your pencil drawing so every feature comes out nice and bold and clear.
I recommend using a dark oil pastel to outline your drawing. And remember, go nice and slowly when you do your outline. And now's a good time to pause the video while the students do their outlines.
Once you've finished outlining your drawing, go ahead and get a pair of scissors and cut it out.
Cut along the outside of your outline. And if there are areas that are too small, just cut around it. Try your best. Remember, you can go slowly as you cut out your portrait.
With our portrait cut out, now it's time to work on the background. For our background, you will need magazines. Choose a magazine and flip through and choose images that you like. When you find something that you like, go ahead and cut it out. I really like nature, and I think this image represents who I am, so I'm going to cut this out to use for my background.
Look through magazines and cut out pictures you want to use for your background. Pause this video while your students do this.
After looking through magazines, these are the images that I cut out for my background. A landscape, a necklace, old cars, and a tiger.
You'll need a brand new sheet of paper.
And onto it, you're going to put your magazine cutouts. But before you start gluing, place things down so that you know what will show and what will get covered up. Also, your portrait will block and cover things in your background too. So, before you glue anything down, make sure you know where everything goes. Next, you will need glue or glue stick. Before you glue down your portrait, make sure you've glued down your background first. After you do your background, then you will glue your portrait on top. You take your magazine paper, flip it to the back, and put glue.
Glue your magazine cutouts onto your backing paper. And as always, you can pause and rewind this video.
After you have your background glued on, go ahead and get your portrait, flip it over, and put glue on the back.
Now it's time to glue our portrait drawing onto our background.
Alright, now that we have our portrait glued on, next is time to sculpt with Model Magic. We're going to use Model Magic to add extra patterns and design into our portrait. This will add a three-dimensional element to your portrait, and it will have things popping out. For example, I could take some blue Model Magic and roll it into a coil. And then I can lay that coil down on the hair to make it look like hair strands. If you like hair strands, go ahead and roll yourself some coils and give some three-dimensional hair strands to your portrait.
Be creative and have fun sculpting with Model Magic as you add extra patterns and designs onto your portrait. Another idea is you can add extra decorations onto your shirt with Model Magic. I decided to sculpt polka dots with Model Magic for my shirt. What will you put on your shirt? Pause this video as students add three-dimensional elements with Model Magic onto their hair and shirt.
And you could always add more things to your background.
And if you want to sculpt a few extra things for your background, go for it. But remember, don't overdo it because you already have an awesome looking background and you don't want to cover it up too much. I hope you're having fun using Model Magic. I can't wait to see how cool your portraits look.
And after you have all your Model Magic sculpture pieces laid out where you want them to be, go ahead and get your glue again, and you can glue them down into place.
Take one piece at a time and glue it down. This is the last part of your expressionist portrait, so take your time and enjoy.
Alright, it's all finished. Hope you had fun today learning about Expressionism and drawing and coloring in with oil pastels and even getting to sculpt with Model Magic. Go ahead and show off your portrait. I bet they look awesome.